The latest Avengers Doomsday plot leaks are spreading everywhere, and after comparing them with earlier rumors, they're starting to look surprisingly consistent. Of course, nothing is officially confirmed by Marvel, so take all of this as rumor for now. But if these leaks are even close to being true, then we might already know the basic story of Marvel's biggest upcoming movie, and honestly, I'm not convinced it's a good direction. The biggest issue isn't the cameos or the multiverse itself. The problem is that the entire story seems to depend on one concept: incursions. According to the leaks, different universes are colliding, and if nothing is done, entire realities will be destroyed. On paper, that sounds huge, but here's the question: does anyone actually feel emotionally connected to that idea? It's a complicated sci-fi concept, not a personal conflict. Audiences usually connect with characters, relationships, sacrifices, and difficult choices, not with timelines collapsing because of multiverse rules. The movie reportedly begins in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. That's already a massive surprise. According to the leak, Deadpool and Wolverine arrive carrying a device designed to destroy that universe before an incursion destroys their own. Think about that for a second. Heroes we've spent years rooting for are supposedly willing to erase an entire universe. That immediately feels strange because these characters are known for protecting innocent lives, not sacrificing billions of people simply because the plot demands it. The situation quickly becomes tragic. Tobey's Spider-Man and Wolverine are said to die during the explosion, while Deadpool barely escapes. Professor X witnesses the destruction from another universe, realizing that an entire reality has been wiped out. The movie apparently treats this as an unavoidable decision, but that's exactly where the emotional disconnect begins. Instead of making us feel the weight of the loss, the story asks us to simply accept that this complicated multiverse rule leaves no other option. Then the movie reportedly shifts back in time to Tony Stark's funeral, revisiting one of the MCU's most emotional moments. From there, we follow Steve Rogers as he returns the Infinity Stones and chooses to stay in the past with Peggy Carter. This was already the perfect ending for Captain America in Endgame. He finally earned the peaceful life he sacrificed for decades. But according to the leak, that ending doesn't stay untouched. Loki eventually appears and tells Steve that his new timeline isn't supposed to exist. The Time Variance Authority wants to erase it. Steve is then supposedly offered a chance to escape with Peggy and their son by moving into the universe where the Fantastic Four live. This is where many fans may become frustrated. Captain America's beautiful ending suddenly becomes another multiverse complication. Instead of being a satisfying conclusion, it becomes the beginning of an even bigger problem. The Fantastic Four eventually become involved, as Dr. Doom arrives and warns everyone about the incursions threatening countless universes. Doom convinces the heroes that the only way to save existence is for everyone to work together. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and eventually the X-Men all become part of the same mission. Now, seeing all these legendary teams together sounds exciting. It's something Marvel fans have dreamed about for years. But according to the leak, the story quickly turns into exactly what many people feared: a series of crossover battles simply because they look cool. The X-Men reportedly fight the Avengers. Why? Not because of deep ideological differences or emotional conflict, but because misunderstanding each other creates another massive action sequence. It's fan service before storytelling. After that, Reed Richards and Dr. Doom supposedly develop enormous machines capable of stopping incursions. The heroes split into different teams, each traveling across multiple universes to install these devices. If that sounds familiar, it's because it resembles the structure of Avengers Endgame, where different groups traveled through time collecting Infinity Stones. Instead of retrieving stones, they're now placing giant machines across realities. Eventually, Steve Rogers tells Thor that Loki is still alive. Together they search for him, only to discover something horrifying. Loki has already been murdered, his heart ripped from his chest. That's when everyone realizes the truth. Dr. Doom never intended to save the multiverse. He manipulated every hero from the very beginning. The problem is, was anyone actually surprised? Marvel has already announced Doom as the main villain. Audiences walk into the theater expecting betrayal. So when the twist finally happens, it may not feel like a twist at all. According to the leak, Doom reveals that his true goal isn't preventing incursions, he actually wants them to happen. By allowing every universe to collapse, he can rebuild reality exactly the way he wants and create a perfect world where his lost family lives again. That's certainly a personal motivation, but it still raises several questions. What exactly caused Doom to lose his family? Why does he look exactly like Tony Stark if Robert Downey Jr. is playing him? Will Marvel actually explain this, or will everyone simply ignore it? Right now, the leaks don't answer those questions. Many fans were excited to see Robert Downey Jr. return, but they expected something meaningful. If he simply appears as Dr. Doom without a convincing explanation, That could become one of the most controversial decisions Marvel has ever made. The emotional stakes become even more personal when Doom reportedly kills Steve Rogers' son. It's another shocking moment, but it also feels like Marvel is undoing Captain America's happy ending purely to create drama. From there, everything spirals into complete chaos. Entire universes begin crashing into one another. Heroes fight across collapsing realities. Massive destruction spreads everywhere. Eventually, every universe falls apart. Almost everyone dies. Only Dr. Doom survives. Using unimaginable power, Doom creates an entirely new reality known as Battleworld. Then comes the final twist. Instead of leaving everyone dead, Doom brings every hero back to life but erases their memories. They now believe Battleworld has always been their home. The movie reportedly ends with Dr. Doom sitting on his throne as the ruler of this new reality. It's clearly designed as a cliffhanger leading directly into Avengers: Secret Wars. On paper, the scale is enormous. Every Marvel universe, every major hero, countless cameos, unlimited action. But bigger doesn't automatically mean better. The greatest Marvel movies worked because audiences cared deeply about the characters. Iron Man wasn't successful because of explosions, it was about Tony Stark changing as a person. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, worked because Steve questioned everything he believed. Infinity War succeeded because Thanos had understandable motivations, and every sacrifice carried emotional weight. If these leaks are accurate, Avengers Doomsday risks focusing more on multiverse mechanics than human emotion. Instead of asking, how do these characters grow? It keeps asking, which universe should they visit next? That's a very different kind of storytelling. Of course, it's still entirely possible that these leaks are incomplete or inaccurate. Marvel is famous for hiding major surprises, filming fake scenes, and changing story details before release. So until the movie arrives, none of this should be treated as confirmed. But if this really is the direction Marvel is taking, then the success of the film won't depend on the number of cameos or the size of the action scenes. It'll depend on whether audiences actually care about what's happening. Because no matter how many superheroes appear on screen, spectacular visuals alone can't replace a powerful emotional story. What do you think? If these leaks turn out to be real, are you excited for Avengers Doomsday? Or do you think Marvel is relying too heavily on multiverse spectacle instead of meaningful storytelling? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.